Hi everyone, and welcome back to week 2 or lesson 2 of How to Become a Model course. So today I want to share a little bit about spirituality. And I also want to reiterate that this course is for anyone. So if you are agnostic, atheist, or just non-spiritual, spiritual but not religious, or you don't really know, you're definitely welcome here. And basically the rest of the course is going to be more practical tips to help you develop a modeling career. But I have this lesson in here because I do think it's important. And if you're open to growing spiritually, I do think this will help you really in any endeavor and in your life in general. So I believe you will get better results if you're willing to engage your higher power, or if you're willing to pray, and if you're willing to ask God for help. Let's see. If you're not really sure, but you're interested in spirituality, I would encourage you to do the work that's needed to figure out what it is that you do believe and get the questions answered that you're not sure about. So if you're questioning, why is there evil in the world if God exists? Well, do the research. If you're interested in the Christian faith, I would recommend a book called Letters from a Skeptic. It's by a guy named Gregory Boyd, and it's really, really good on answering a lot of difficult questions about whether or not to believe in God in general, and also questions about the Christian faith. So that's a really good book I would recommend. Also, as I mentioned before, I do coaching as well, so I'd be more than happy to work with anyone on, looking at your past when it comes to spirituality, questions or concerns that you have, and just wanting to grow in your faith or develop a faith. I'd be happy to do coaching on that. So how are you going to engage your higher power if you do have some sort of faith or belief system already? Well, a great place to start is a gratitude practice. Thanking God or your higher power or the universe or whatever you call it. Thanking God more often. And I actually think daily would be the best to get best results, and also just for your mental health. So there's lots of ways you can do gratitude. You can count your blessings out loud as part of your prayer or meditation practice. You can write down what you're grateful for every day. You can have a gratitude object. So like every time you pick up the object, you count your blessings, or you thank God for what it is that you're grateful for and what you do have. There's tons of ways to practice gratitude. You could do a gratitude journal, or you could use worksheets. That's a great place to start to engage your higher power and grow spiritually. And certainly there's lots of scriptures on gratitude in the Bible and the importance of thanking God. So I think that's something we should do every day. Also, I think you should start praying about your modeling dream and anything else that you want to make manifest in your life. I think it's best to write down your prayers. And there's some evidence for that in the Bible also. And also if you look at the science of quantum physics and just the biology of belief, writing things down is very powerful. And I would actually encourage you to make a written prayer list as specific as possible. So don't just say, God, please make me a model, unless you're open to any and all type of modeling. But if you want something a little more specific, then be specific. I think it's good to have general, broad prayers and also specific prayers, because that gives God some creativity to work. But also, you're giving a little bit of specific direction, and you might get better results if you're being more specific. So make a written prayer list and start spending time with God or your higher power through meditation. You could do it that way as well. But you want to have some sort of personal ministry. Personal ministry is really just spending time with God. If you're Christian or you're open to the Christian faith, I would recommend using the Bible app and doing some Bible plans on there. there's lots of ways to read the Bible. You know, there's those plans on the Bible app. You could listen to sermons or find a leader that you like. Of course, you could read the written word. That's never been my strong suit, so I do a lot of the Bible plans. Those work better for me. And that's just my recommendation there. How to engage your higher power. So you want to start with a gratitude practice. Begin praying. And I believe that gratitude activates the prayers more and gets God more attuned to you. It makes your prayers more noticed, in my opinion, when you thank God for what you already have. Look for a way to help others as well. Serving others, volunteering, or helping others, again, not only better for your mental health, but I also think it gets God's attention. And I just believe when you serve others, you will be more blessed. So this is not something you have to do. I'm just giving you suggestions. But writing your prayers down is probably going to be the most important thing. And also, this will build your faith. Because let's say you make a list of, 20 prayers. And I would encourage you to make a list of more than 10 prayers, as many things as you can think of, in fact, and be specific. Because you will start to see God working on these things. And it's really exciting and it's really cool. So try to write some things on there that are kind of small, things that would be easier for you to believe. And then I also want you to stretch your faith and your imagination and write some really big things on your list. Things that are harder to believe, things that really require faith and stepping out and trusting God. And again, I would encourage you to make your list as long as you can, at least minimum 10 prayers. I'm going to challenge you on that. But even better if you can make a list of like 100 prayers. And don't feel bad like you're asking for too much, because God likes to show off in this way. And again, it's very powerful. Those are just a few ways that you can engage your higher power and grow spiritually. I'm going to give you a couple more scriptures just to kind of go with this lesson. These are from the Bible. It says, "Then he touched their eyes, saying, 'According to your faith, it will be done to you.'" Matthew 9:29. So again, according to your faith. So this is all about belief. And you're not going to believe it unless you ask and unless you take inspired action. We've got to do things to activate our belief and our faith. If you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer. Matthew 21:22. So if you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer. And there's other tips for praying, like asking in Jesus' name can be more powerful. But I think that's enough to give you a great start on engaging your higher power on this dream of yours. So good luck with this, and I hope you have a wonderful week.